They did not fight for glory. They fought for belief, a belief so strong it demanded sacrifice, secrecy, and silence. Long before the world spoke of ninjas, there were the Hashashin, the original assassins of the Middle East. From deep within the Alborz mountains of Persia, in a fortress called Alamut, the old man of the mountain trained a legion of killers unlike anything the world had ever seen. Cloaked in mystery and sworn to death, they would become a nightmare whispered by kings, caliphs, and crusaders alike. At the heart of their legend was not just the blade, but the mind. The Hashashin were not butchers. They were surgeons of power. They would spend weeks, even years, studying a target. They would embed themselves as servants, scribes, merchants, even lovers. And then, when the moment struck, they would deliver their message with a single cut, often in public, always in silence. A message that no man, no matter how powerful, could hide from death. One of the earliest kills etched into history was the assassination of Nizam al-Mulk, the vizier of the mighty Seljuk Empire. He was cut down on the road by a man disguised as a wandering dervish. No shouts, no struggle, just steel and blood in the dust. But it would not end there. The Hashashin would strike again and again. Advisors, governors, warlords, even crusader commanders like Conrad of Montferrat, who fell in 1192 to a pair of young assassins posing as monks. He embraced them as holy men. He died with their daggers between his ribs. But among the shadows there were hearts still beating. Layla al-Khorasani, raised within Alamut's inner sanctum, was both blade and bait, a deadly fusion of beauty and precision. She could poison a goblet in front of a man and make him thank her for the wine. She had killed a Mamluk commander in his own bed, then wept over his corpse as if mourning a lover. But she had never truly loved, not until Khalid, the son of a Damascus noble, whose passion for poetry and politics drew her in like a flame. Her orders were clear: kill him. He was a sympathizer to the Crusaders, a traitor to the faith, a threat. But Layla hesitated. Their nights became long and tender. She told herself it was just a tactic until it wasn't. When word reached Alamut that she had failed to act, she was summoned back. But instead of punishment, she was given a new mission: kill Khalid and prove her loyalty. This time she obeyed. She entered his quarters one final time, whispered a poem he had written into his ear, and slid her blade beneath his ribs. But what the order had not counted on was what she found hidden in his chambers: a map, a plan. Evidence that Khalid was not betraying Alamut, but uncovering a plot against it. The real traitor was someone inside. Someone close to Hassani Saba himself. And so the game shifted. Layla disappeared from the ranks, but she did not go far. She hunted in secret. She found the betrayer, Farid al-Nasir, a high-ranking assassin who had been feeding information to the Seljuks for gold and favor. He had orchestrated Khalid's execution to cover his tracks. Layla killed him slowly, not for Alamut, but for herself. For Khalid. For the truth that had been buried beneath the lies. Meanwhile, the world outside continued to burn. The Hashashin's most daring moment came when they infiltrated the court of Saladin himself, the great Muslim general who had united Egypt and Syria. Twice they tried to kill him. Once they left a dagger on his pillow with a note, "We are closer than your breath." Saladin increased his guard. He did not sleep the same for the rest of his life. Other women, too, rose within the ranks. Zara of Tyre, who famously seduced a crusader bishop and assassinated him during Mass with a blade hidden in a holy relic. Or Saria, who posed as a concubine to a Byzantine general, only to slaughter him during a banquet. Her escape recorded in stunned Greek scrolls as a ghost that wore perfume. They were not just assassins. They were symbols. The Hashashin weren't an army. They were a message. A message that no man, no matter how powerful, could rule by fear alone. Because fear could bleed. Eventually, the Mongols came. Hulagu Khan brought fire and siege engines to the mountains. In 1256, Alamut fell, its libraries burned, its leaders executed. But the fire didn't end there. The Hashashin had planted seeds in every kingdom, every court, every creed. And even as their fortress turned to ash, their legacy took root. Layla was never seen again. Some say she died at Alamut's gates, blade in hand, eyes on the horizon. Others say she lived, passing her teachings on to a new generation, a hidden line of assassins in the deserts, the palaces, the shadows of every empire that rose and fell after. Today we use the word assassin casually. But the truth is buried deep in those mountains. In blood, in silence, in the echo of a dagger's whisper. Before the ninja, before the spy, before the agent in a suit with a silenced gun, there were the Hashashin. And they were never just killers. They were believers. They were lovers. They were legends. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button. Share to support the channel.